Hoffa homies, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about PIFA, P-I-F-A, which stands for Pacific Islanders Festival Association, I think. Anyways, so PIFA is a San Diego thing that happens every year. I think it's on its... I don't know how many, but I know it's been a lot. I think more than 10 has been happening over the years, and what it is basically a gathering of all the Pacific Islands peoples: Hawaii, Samoa, Guam, Micronesia, Polynesia, Melanesia. And so it happens every September for 2 days over the weekend, and then usually happens at either a beach or a park or something. And what it normally is like this big square, and then on the outside of the square is usually vendors, whether it be food or goods or, merchandise or whatever. And then in the middle usually is like where they perform cultural stuff and arts and crafts and whatever. So this was my first PIFA in San Diego, and it's not really anything different than what I had back on Guam, because Guam usually has a lot of festivals that are similar to this, where it's a square of something, then lining the square is vendors and food, and in the middle is some kind of cultural performance. Every time they have one of those on Guam, it's the same format, same style. So PIFA is no different. So when I came into PIFA, there was like, oh, I've seen this before. It's nothing different. Now, I only really wanted to go to PIFA for one thing, and that's Crowns Guam, which is, if you don't know what that is, it's basically an apparel brand that sells mostly hats, shirts, and various items that they want to dabble into, like jackets or bags, or they even had this little medical container where you can store your greens in, if you know what I'm saying. So they dabble in random things other than hats and shirts, but they're mainly known for their hats and shirts. And truth be told, I got there at around 11 a.m., which for me is kind of early, but there was a lot of people there when I got there. And when I got there, there was only one real place that had the longest line that wasn't food. It was Crowns Guam. And I was shocked to see that pretty much there's like a good 20 to 30 to maybe 40 vendors lined up, and Crowns Guam in this little space had the longest line. Everyone else can't even compete other than the food line. So I came there for a purpose, and that was to get a new hat, because the current one that I had, I've been using to go to the gym a lot, and I don't have my hats with me because they're in my car, and I'm a lazy fuck that doesn't want to walk outside and get it. So I'm rocking Goody Brand by Timothy DeGhetto, and I just got in this new Big Jiggly Panda shirt, which are both YouTubers that I watch, and I purchased their goods, and I'm pretty much starting up a YouTuber wall. See up there? So that's Young Don the Sauce God. I think he has more than 1 million subscribers now. Of course, Timothy DeGhetto, and then Big Jiggly Panda. So this is my favorite rapper YouTuber, one of my favorite gaming YouTubers, and this is one of my favorite animation YouTubers. And I've got signed pictures from each one of them. The Sauce God I won, and then the other two had a promotion at their store, merch. First 100 people to buy something gets an autograph. So that's what I do. I got the shirt in, which is pretty sweet. Yeah! It's got some Big Jiggly Panda and then some Japanese writing, which I think is... Yeah, it's this is Big and Jiggly Panda. Big Jiggly Panda in Japanese. Anyways, I'm straying off to the point. So anyway, I went to Crowns with I went to PIFA for the specific reason of buying a new hat, because the current hat that I had was getting a little dank because I usually wear it to the gym. And one of the main reasons why I wear the hat pretty much everywhere I go. It's not only just because most people wear stuff to represent, saying, look at me, I'm from Guam, check me out, I'm cool. No, I wear my hats so people can notice me and introduce themselves to me. This is basically the easiest way for me to make friends without having to seem creepy by just walking straight up to someone's like, oh, hey, how you doing? This helps me, especially because San Diego has one of the largest Guam communities around. You'd be surprised, right? I go anywhere. I go to the post office. I'd be shipping something to my parents back in Guam, and they're like, oh, Guam, cool. A lot of people, ships to Guam. They're not surprised, like, oh, where's Guam? They already know because people from Guam are all over the place. So that's one of the reasons why I wear the hat everywhere I go, especially even in the gym. And it worked. So far, one guy straight up approached me and said, oh, hey, I noticed your hat. You're from Guam. So every now and then, we got that boop. What up, man? So it works, okay? So that's one of the reasons why I wear the hat a lot, is so people can see it and be like, oh, hey, this guy's from Guam. Let me go, walk up to him and say hi. That's the main reason why I wear it. So I was there. I went to PIFA for crowns, and like I said, the line was long. I waited in line for more than an hour just to get one hat. And what's surprising most of all is that Crowns Guam literally had a bouncer. Literally. So, like I said, everything's lined up in a line. So you're going to have people walking across each vendor looking inside. So what they did for Crowns, because there's a long line, is they had 4 cones, safety cones, to make this gap in between. So here's the store side right here, and here's the line, so that people can walk in between the line. And there was literally a lady security officer standing at the Crowns Guam store, managing the line. It's like, okay, come on in, look back, see if there's any space. Okay, come on. And if there's someone that walking back by and stops in that gap and looks, the security lady says, I'm sorry guys, you're gonna have to either move along or get to the back of the line just like everybody else. And then be like, oh no, I'm just looking. I understand, but everyone else has gotta be, managing the line, literally. And that's the only vendor that had that. So I was pretty surprised as to how popular Crowns Guam is. Now, while I was standing in line, literally like 3 or 4 people would walk straight up to either the lady. One even walked up to me asking, why is this line so long, right? And so I stood there for a second and I thought about it, and I was just like, I don't know. Everyone is, even the security guards, like, I don't really know why this line is long. And everybody in line was like, I don't really know why this line is long. And so it was pretty amazing to see that there's this line of people that want to get something, and there's other people walking by saying, why is it so popular? Why is it so long? And everyone's just like, I don't know. I really don't know why this line is long. And I don't know why I want to get this stuff, but people get it. So I've come up with some theories, maybe. Number one, Crowns Guam is probably, in my opinion, the Jordan brand of Guam apparel brands. Like, it's the top tier sort of Guam brand. There's a lot of others. There's Opaque. There was a lot of random stores that had Guam goods, Guam hats and stuff. But I think what stands apart is the quality of the hats, right? I didn't notice any other places, but Crowns Guam usually has like new era brand hats. They have the sticker, the New Era sticker, the inside of the cap. You can see the New Era lines and stuff. So they collaborate with like better brand, better quality. What the fuck? Materials. So that's one. Crowns Guam hats do have a lot of resellability, especially back at home. Even used hats still sell for a pretty good price, and people will still buy it because also Crowns Guam makes limited numbers of each design. I think they're they're taking a page out of the Shoyuro brand, which is a jiu-jitsu gi company. And Shoyuro also is a Guam-based company, and Shoyuro is probably the top tier jiu-jitsu gi making company anywhere. They usually have the highest price gis, and even though, you know, it's used, if it's one of the limited colors or colorways or whatever, people will still pay even upwards of more than the original cost to buy it, because it's just that good of a jiu-jitsu gi, and like the quality, and like it's just the resellability. So I think they took the page out of Shoyuro, because Shoyuro makes limited numbers of gis, batches. So I think Crowns Guam does the same thing with their hats and apparel, is they make limited amount of numbers, and they make it with good quality, and it just has more desirability, and you know, the depreciation doesn't drop drastically like other brands, especially from, you know, being brand new to used. So I think that's the main reason why Crowns Guam is so popular, is that it's got good quality, it's got limited batches, and it's got high resellability. So that's why I waited in line. But of course, I'm not there to resell it, even though I am a reseller. But I just really wanted a new hat. And one of the things that they also say is that the things that they're selling here are PIFA exclusive. They're not selling it anywhere else. So like, that's another reason why people come to PIFA and go straight to Crowns Guam, is because they can't get it anywhere else. So that's another smart thing that I think that they do. And the prices for the hat was $45, and I believe they limited to 100 pieces, and I think they had 10 colorways. I think it was 10. So if you do the math, that's like, you know, 10 times 100 times 45. So that's like 40K already just on hats alone. And like, after that whole hour I spent in line, and I got my hat and I walked around another 2 hours, when I came back, the line was still there. So obviously, you know, people are still buying this hat, and that was only day one. It's a 2-day event. So I think that's like a good like 2 days of just making big bank, 50K at least. So, you know, that's cool. That's cool on them. So as you notice, my room, this little shelf here used to be closer to the bed, but I moved it back against the wall, and it feels more open, more space, more spacious. And that also gives me the opportunity to place a green screen back there if I wanted to. But the only drawback is the door doesn't open as wide as it should or used to. But the room looks a lot more open. As you can see, I got a lot of Shoyuro gis right there. So I do purchase a lot of Guam stuff. I'm thinking about going back into jiu-jitsu sometime soon. Usually, I'm thinking after I pay off my bills, that's when I'm going to start dabbling in some stuff, which is jiu-jitsu, get back into basketball, and I'm thinking about joining football cards. Yeah, once the bills are paid off, more good stuff's going to happen, and I'm going to record it and show it to you guys. So anyways, that was my PIFA experience. It wasn't that long. I just came there to buy a hat. I ate a little, walked around a little bit, and then I split because it was getting hot. I was getting a suntan, even though it was cold wind-wise, but I was getting sunburn, so it was like tricking with my mind. And so anyways, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And love, peace, and chicken grease. And until next time.